morning, students. Here I am back with The Tempest, Act 2, Scene 1. In the previous video, I had completed Act 1, Scene 1. I had also done a brief summary of Act 1, Scene 2, the first part. In today's video, I will do the brief summary of Act 1, Scene 1, the part 2 and 3. Okay. Now we saw that in the first part it concerned Prospero in the first part it is Prospero telling his daughter Miranda about the way they were treated, how they came to this island, who were responsible for their plight. In the second part, okay, two characters, Ariel and Caliban, are in the second part. We are introduced to two very important characters from this particular play, that is Ariel, who is a spirit, and Caliban, who is a deformed half man half fish type of a character. Okay, so in this scene Prospero summons calls Ariel, an airy spirit. Ariel, see, airy meaning it can fly invisibly, it can move and it can go from place to place without being seen. So under his command, who narrates to his master, and it is Ariel who does all the duties, all the responsibilities of Prospero. Prospero, how he raises the storm as per that he has come right now with the report and information that how he has gone about conducting the tempest, how those people have been punished, and the entire tale report he is telling his master. He tells him that he frightened the passengers so much with lightning and thunder that they jumped into the sea. He tells Prospero that I created chaos there. I frightened these people to an extent where they lost their senses, and individually, one by one, they jumped into the sea thinking that they would save their lives. But they have been brought safely to the shore and left in small groups at various apps, he says. But don't worry, each of those people who have jumped into the sea have all reached this island, but I have divided them. I have placed them on the island, but in different groups. Each group thinks the other group people are dead. That is their impression. Okay. Ariel tells Prospero that there is a lot of work that he has to do. He is not eager to do more work, and Ariel tells, because Ariel has been promised by Prospero his freedom, and he is wanting to go, and he is wanting his freedom from, and every time he does a particular duty set by Prospero, he wants Prospero to give him his freedom. Prospero reminds Ariel that it was he who got him freedom from the evil spell of the witch. Now every time Ariel demands his freedom, Prospero tells Ariel about his past, how he saved Ariel from that very dangerous witch called Sycorax, okay, who had a full control on the island before, and it was Sycorax who controlled this island. And once Prospero came, he took control of this island. Sycorax died, leaving Ariel trapped in a pine tree. And when Sycorax died, Ariel at that time was trapped in a pine tree. He was punished to be confined into this pine tree for 12 years. It is only Prospero with his magical power had the power to release Ariel from the bond, from the spell of Sycorax. Okay. He got a promise from Ariel that he would obey his commands and serve him. But before Ariel could be released, Prospero made him promise that Ariel would obey his commands, follow his duties, and help him in his mission. Okay. Prospero assures Ariel that he would free the spirit in 2 days. Prospero said, don't worry, within the next 2 days you do what I tell you, all my duties, and I will give you your freedom. Okay. In the meanwhile, Miranda is woken up by Prospero. Caliban, the half-human son of the witch. Now, Caliban is the son of Sycorax, the one who controlled this island. He is half-human. So, Sycorax is introduced, and in this scene now we are introduced to Sycorax. Not Sycorax, sorry. We are introduced to Caliban. Caliban curses Prospero. Now, Caliban is a slave of Prospero, and he is bound and he is tortured by Prospero. So every time he gets an opportunity, he curses Prospero and his daughter Miranda. He says that initially they treated him well for showing them the whole island, but now they have imprisoned him in a tiny corner of the island. When Prospero came to the island, he made use of Caliban. Caliban showed them different parts of the islands, and once Prospero came to know about the island, he has tortured and he has confined Caliban to just one part of the island. Prospero tells him that he should be grateful to them for teaching him how to speak, for many other things, and Prospero tells Ariel that in fact you should be grateful to us for teaching you how to be human-like, to speak, to understand. They punished him and imprisoned him after he tried to attack Miranda. It was Miranda when she was small. Once Caliban tried to attack her badly, and when Prospero came to know about it, he was furious with Caliban and he punished him then. Since then, they have kept him as their slave, and from that time onwards, they have no feelings for Caliban and in fact treated him like a slave. Now they want him to fetch wood for them and to do other tasks. Now they treat him like a servant and they just torture him as much as possible. That is the second part where we get to know about the two characters, that is Caliban and Ariel. The third part of this particular scene is it narrates the initial meeting where we find how Ferdinand and Miranda come in contact with each other. So in this scene, we find that Ariel has lured Ferdinand. Lured is like Ferdinand out of this group of people was alone, and he has been taken and dumped on one part of the island. In his mind, he thinks that his father and the rest of the people of the ship have all been killed. He is the only survivor. So naturally he is very sad and depressed, thinking that his father and the others have all perished. And it's all done by Prospero and Ariel. King Alonso sung with sweet music. Ferdinand believes that his father died in the shipwreck. When Miranda and Ferdinand see each other for the first time, they fall in love. Now, all according to Prospero's plan and magic. When Miranda and Ferdinand come in contact with each other for the first time, it was love at first sight, where Miranda, having not seen a human being in her entire life, falls head over heels or straight in love with Ferdinand. Ferdinand himself has never seen a beautiful girl as Miranda, and he has also fallen in love with Miranda. But all this has been done with magical powers. Okay, when Miranda and Ferdinand see each other for the first time, they fall in love with each other. It is love at first sight. And Prospero, and all this was planned by Prospero. But he does not want his daughter to be easily ready. But he wants that Ferdinand to get Miranda's love. He should struggle. It should not be an easy takeover, in fact. Okay. So he speaks roughly. So that's why he tries to be very, very firm with Ferdinand and tries to control him. Okay. He tells him that he is not the heir to the throne of Naples as he claims, but a spy. So on purpose, he tells Ferdinand that you are not the legal throne to the throne of Naples. In fact, you are a spy who has come to this island to spy on us. He accuses him of trying to steal the island. He also goes to the extent of accusing Ferdinand of coming here as a spy and trying to take over the island from him. Prospero threatens him to put him in chains and give him sea water to drink. Prospero said, if you don't look out, I will torture you, punish you, I will bound you, arrest you, and you will be given sea water to drink. Prospero orders Ferdinand to follow him, but he refuses to do so. Prospero, he being a prince, is not at all scared by Prospero, who happens to be an old man. Prospero says, come, but Ferdinand does not obey him. Ferdinand draws his sword to fight against Prospero. In fact, Ferdinand is so shaken up by Prospero that he takes out his sword and is wanting to fight Prospero. But Prospero reminds him is capable of moving with his man. But Prospero tells him, this sword that you are holding up against me, trying to frighten me, is of no use. But with my magical power, this sword of yours is of no use, and you will not be able to conquer me, you will not be able to do anything with me. Okay. Miranda tells her father not to be harsh towards him, but now Miranda is in love with Ferdinand, so she begs her father to be gentle with Ferdinand, not to be harsh, and to believe him. He is not a spy. But Prospero tells her, but Prospero is all on purpose, he is acting. He tells her to be quiet. I know what I am doing, I know what I am thinking. Ferdinand is so captivated by Miranda that he accepts his captivity. Ferdinand is so enchanted by Miranda's beauty that he is head over heels with Miranda, and he decides that whatever Miranda's father tells him to do, he is ready to follow his instructions and listen to him and obey him just to win the love of Miranda. So this is brief, very brief, a summary of Act 1, Scene 2. Okay. So once again, I would like to tell you all to be very careful. This entire act is a very big act, lengthy scene, and it will take time for us to do it. So part by part, we will be doing the scene. As I said, the first scene, it concerns Prospero's tale too. It is the first scene. The first part of the scene is where Prospero tells his daughter about the reality. Second is where Caliban and Ariel are introduced to our readers. The third is where Ferdinand and Miranda fall in love with each other. So with this, I would end now. Okay, and next video, I will be starting directly the Act 1, Scene 2, the explanation part, line by line, word by word. Goodbye. God bless.